All right. So, by the way, somebody let me know if it sounds like I'm talking through these AirPods. Anyway, so I always try to come up with some type of game plan, some type of strategy, something to get me motivated, something to get me high. I don't wait for motivation to come to me. Uh, but I often reflect on football season, NFL season, and what you will hear coaches say, and probably a lot of fans have inherited this mindset. They'll say, they will kind of break down the season into four parts, and they say, well, if we can win at least three out of four, then we like our chances. We like our chances of going to the playoffs. A 12-4 record. Naturally, you would like to strive to go undefeated, to not have any losses. But that's just simply not realistic. You know, I'm not saying that it's impossible to go undefeated. What's up, fam? I'm not saying that it's impossible to go undefeated. But I'm also more so speaking of life. Is that if you're going, losses are inevitable. You're going to take L's, okay? And so to counter that, the goal is to have more wins than losses. All right. And so when I try to make it a habit to play chess regularly, try to play multiple times a day. Or no, I would try to play at least once a day, I should say. And I would kind of put that on the to-do list. And so, win, lose, or draw, okay, so long as I play chess, all right, that's it. But what I found is that morale was pretty low for me when I aim to play chess and then I just take a L. Like it just leaves a very bad taste in my mouth. It's like, why would I want to start my day off like that? And so, I've been kind of nudging myself, okay, if you lose your first game, then keep playing until you have more wins than losses. All right. Lose the first, maybe you win the second, then play again. Oh, I appreciate that, man. I appreciate that you got something out of this, that you get something out of any little thing that comes to my mind. Is because I'm big on all those little things. Individually, it may not seem like much. Collectively, you get bits and pieces of philosophies that I apply to just any situation. But yeah, back to chess. So like today, for example, I think I think I won the first one, lost the second, and won the third. Whatever it is, I'm 2-1. I don't know if I lost if I lost the first and won two straight, or if I won the first, lost the second, and then won the third. Regardless of the fact, that's my aim. But it's not just limited to chess. It's not just limited to maybe if you play Madden or 2K or whatever. It's also, compare the positives to the negatives. And a lot of negatives that you may endure are kind of unforeseen, out of your control. All right. You know what I'm saying? Somebody may be rude to you. Maybe you got some bad news. Maybe you didn't get enough sleep. Maybe your child is being a child. You know what I'm saying? And so I think that it's very beneficial to uh, have countermeasures in place. Um, and so I think it's a great idea to make a conscious decision to say, okay, well, I was highly annoyed today by somebody just giving me shit or whatever it is. Then I'll counter that with, I don't know, maybe buying myself a smoothie. Or I'll counter that with working out, you know, whatever it is, you might have had a bad dream. You say, I'll counter that with a nice shower. You know what I'm saying? Counter moves. And it goes further than that. So when you program yourself to counter these negative things, it equips you. So now, even without giving it much thought, subconsciously, in the future, near future, far future, you start when you're put in compromising positions, you start thinking of ways to benefit. If you find yourself like in a social setting and you feel like you kind of let yourself down because your shyness took over or whatever it is, and maybe you weren't good at communicating, when you say, well, that conversation was bad, let me go ahead and converse with two more people to get put myself on the winning end. That way it kind of debunks any bit of sympathy you may be feeling for yourself. If you're feeling sorry for yourself, if you're feeling down on yourself, it kind of it gets eradicated. It gets contradicted by the success. The success always contradicts the downfalls. So you may be somebody who like maybe extremely successful in one event, and maybe you're down on yourself and you just got low self-esteem, or you're insatiable, something like that. And then you may have somebody, or it may even be you, but you may have somebody who says, but wait a minute, look at this and that and that and that you have going for you. And then you have really have no choice, unless you just want to stay there and practice cognitive dissonance. You have no choice but to acknowledge these things. So that's just the benefit of it, man. A lot of people, they'll take these bad, and and I'm not exempt from this, but a lot of people, they'll take these bad treatments, or they'll take any bit of negativity, and they'll just dwell on it, and then that will be the day. Okay, oh man, this bad thing happened, so yeah, well, there goes my day. You know what I'm saying? Especially like, cause when you wake up in the morning, your mind is highly impressionable. That's how I actually when I got these AirPods. I woke up, I heard somebody talking. I looked out the window, I saw somebody talking on their AirPods, and I was like, man, let me go get one of them things. It's just a little side conversation because it's just funny how the mind works. So you had to do a lot of work when you wake up just feeling negative. So it's just you got to make it your job right away to counteract that, or it's going to be a very steep slope. You know what I'm saying? A very steep climb. Uh, and so with that being said, I'm not going to drag this out. I'll be back soon with more things to talk about. But take care, y'all.